Hey, it is Caterina, and I was having problems earlier today with myself freezing. So if you see my face go and you think she's very animated, sometimes it's because the internet is frozen, but no frozen internet now. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm my own DJ tonight, so I am looking for comments as people come on. Let me know where you're from. Let me know that you're watching. If you are a guest, please tag your beauty consultants. The only way she will know. My name is National Sales Director Caterina Harris Earl, and I live in Brentwood, California, and Chicago, Illinois. Right now, we are in California, hence sunshine and light still. And I am so excited just to give you this brief peek into pink. Tonight, you're going to hear from two great sales directors. I'm waiting on some comments because those comments let me know that I'm coming through, that I'm live, that you can hear me. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. I'm like, normally somebody has typed something in the chat by now. Get excited. So you start wondering if you're talking to the air in this virtual world. I see Alameda, California. Hey. Let me know where you're coming on from. This is really cool. Well, I want to take a moment and just tell you a little bit about our amazing pink world. Thank you for letting me know that, that I'm live and I'm sharing with you about this pink world and our powerful opportunity. And so normally my assistant is in the background and I am, as I said, my own DJ today. So give me a second to make sure I'm doing this right. So this is our corporate headquarters, and it's based out of Dallas, Texas. Just so you know, Mary Kay's not a little company. It's a big company with big ideas. A company that is so state of the art, old school, but yet so new, hot, fresh, popping, young. And right now, this business is for right now. We're one of the largest global direct sales companies, one of the top 5 direct selling companies in the world. Global headquarters in Dallas, Texas, as I said, over 3.5 million beauty consultants in 40 global markets. The woman whose name on the building, Mary Kay Ash, I was trained by her. She was an amazing woman, anointed woman, a smart woman, a funny woman, a brilliant woman, and a woman who I am so grateful believed in the spirit of diversity. And just to know Mary Kay Ash and how this company became so diverse, how she would tap people, very hand select people on the shoulder to support her in building her business. She just had such a pure and an amazing heart. This is me in her office when I became a brand new sales director and broke a record. And so I got to spend some private time with Mary Kay. And boy, if she could see her company now all over the world. She got to visit several of these global markets, but it's unbelievable. I've been able to go to Mary Kay. Let's see, I'm working in Mary Kay Brazil, Mary Kay Canada, Mary Kay Hong Kong, Mary Kay Malaysia, Mary Kay. It just goes on and on and on. It's such a blessing. We literally have painted the world pink because the company's philosophy is to enrich women's lives. And one of the things that is true for women, no matter where they are on the planet, is they want a rich life for them and their families. And I'm not just talking about riches that come from money, although money answereth all things. It does make a difference, and most everything that a woman wants for her family requires some cash. Even the love part doesn't take money to get love, but just to be able to be present. Love is an action word, and so there's so many things that we can do action-wise that can bring about can come about because of extra resources. This is where our product is manufactured in Louisville, Texas, and it's the size of 4 football fields. It's brand new, state of the art, and paid for cash. Our company is a debt-free company. And so there are not, you could literally count how many facilities in the world exist that are this advanced in manufacturing of skincare and color cosmetics. And so it's just really a blessing. We've got this amazing company, and the company, it always cracks me up, but I put a picture there just so you could see. I love my Mary Kay. And I started this business young, single, and free. And this is me on the casual day. And that's me on the, fancy photo shoot day. And I work this business, my background in the nonprofit world. I was running a political campaign. I was working 60 plus hours a week for the mayor's office. I had a $50,000 undergraduate student loan. I was pursuing my master's degree at USC. I needed cash. And I worked this business part-time. Then I worked this business full-time. I worked this business single. And then voila, I met and married my husband way at the age of 45. He came out of my starter kit. I met my husband through Mary Kay. Different story, different day. You got to hear it. Okay. And I haven't been blessed to give birth to kids myself, but 14 grandchildren came out of my starter kit. Today, we get to hear the eye stories of two phenomenal women, and we just love and appreciate the fact that the stories of not just what this company has done for us, but what it's done for our families, our kids, grandchildren. In my case, it makes a huge difference. Mary Kay has made a difference for my mama. You know, today, one of my mom's dreams just came true, and I would honestly say that as a result of Mary Kay, been blessed to retire my dad. God rest his soul. My mother left her job. My mom was about my age when she retired from her business because of Mary Kay. Isn't that crazy? So I'm 54. She was about 54 when she retired. And now she's 74. And this is us at the southernmost point of Africa, South Africa in Cape Town. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Second only to the Bible. This is my very favorite book. It just happens to be on my desk. And I can't wait till we can use it again and travel the world. Mary Kay has literally taken me around the world. This is a charm bracelet that they give us every time we go around the world. And so it's gotten so heavy. This is all real silver. And as I look, I see Athens, I see Rome, I see the UK, I see China, I see Hawaii, of course, Mediterranean cruise. Oh yeah, I remember the butler. I can use a butler. And so travel is so huge. So we're in the middle still of a pandemic. Some people realize it. Some places you go, it's like pandemic, what? But it really is real. We're working this world virtually. And so as we talk to the directors tonight, you're going to hear about this virtual environment. I love what I do. I appreciate the money and rewards. Some women want chump change. Some want diva dollars. We have products that you'll absolutely fall in love with. And skincare is the most important thing. So what we do really, really, really well, we've got amazing glamour products. Oh my gosh, we're doing these fun parties called lip teeny parties. So there's so many fun ways of letting women experience Poppy Please lip gloss or iconic red lipstick or my very favorite Tawny nude. But skincare is what is how I was able to leave my job. This is how you put kids through college. Okay. With our Time-Wise Miracle Set 3D, which is our flagship product for anti-aging, or for those of you that are like me in the 50 plus market, you need a little extra. Type in the chat extra. This is for the woman who doesn't just need anti-aging, but to slow down and reverse the signs of aging. Is our Voluform set. Our Clear Proof set is for acne prone skin. Our Botanicals is for that real young, hot and poppin' that doesn't really need anti-aging. Our Naturally line. Oh my gosh, this week we learned even so much more about this real natural product with an EcoCert certification. That's a very high-end European certification. And of course, we've got something for the men. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, now we've even got a beard oil. I thought I had one sitting right here for them. So we are working this business virtually, and women still are introducing us to their girlfriends, and we still are having them download apps. And one of our most amazing apps is the Skin Analyzer app, and they download this app. They take a selfie. Everybody knows how to do that, but we turn selfies into cash, and it analyzes her skin. She sends you the results, and bam, you jump on a Zoom with her and you sell her some product. Some people are just looking for a real quick side hustle. And guess what? You can do that just with lipsticks. Like I mentioned, this lip teeny party. So you start out as a beauty consultant, and you can choose to build a team if you want as a senior beauty consultant. Choose to build, no doubt, some of the guests that are watching, your decision to say yes to Mary Kay, which is only $30 to get started, you can make a difference in your beauty consultant promoting herself. And this month, there's some double that's happening and some advantages from that. So you're going to meet in just a moment two, not just one, but two sales directors that are dynamic women in my life and have amazing stories. And they're going to share just briefly about their story. We're not going to keep you on here long. I'm a national sales director with Mary Kay, which is the top position. Never stop dreaming, we say, national sales sales director. And I love being a national for so many reasons, including the company retirement program. You're not going to find other direct sales companies that have a retirement program like ours, or a fleet of cars, a Chevy Malibu, a Chevy Equinox, a Camaro, a Traverse, a Colorado. We just had a sales director pick up a truck yesterday, the Cadillac Escalade, or of course, the next level Cadillac, the XT6, and then what I roll in, the Escalade. I love it. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Oh my gosh, 40 carats of diamonds Mary Kay has awarded me with, and the women that we're about to meet are women that have earned diamonds as well, and then trips around the world. So listen to their stories, y'all. I'm about to bring both of them up to the stage. As you listen to them share a little about their story, I just want you to keep in mind that it's so simple. You decided you wanted to get started with Mary Kay. Guess what? It's a $30 decision. $30 holla is what we call it. And so I want you to meet two amazing sales directors. I'm going to bring to the stage first Jami Biggs. She has been a sales director she's been in Mary Kay for 18 years, a sales director for 7 years. All right. And so this means this is your year of completion. It's time for you to become a senior sales director. I know some unit members are watching. The name of her name is on the Great Wall of Mary Kay. That's a big doggone deal for becoming a sales director during the 50th anniversary. She's been a star consultant, 52 quarters. I know the guests don't know what that means, but it's a big doggone deal. She's earned not one, but 2 diamond rings and earning her second free car next month. She is married to her husband, Jim, for 28 years. Doggy mommy of CJ and Cappy. I love the doggies. And she is originally from San Jose, California. That is definitely in the prayers, not just of San Jose, but the entire world right now for unfortunate reasons in the news, and now lives in Vancouver, Washington. So let's give a big round of applause for Jami Biggs. Woo, woo, woo. Say hey, girl.
Hey, Caterina, thank you so much for letting me hang out with you guys tonight. It's actually such an honor. I watched you become a national. So
awesome.
this it's like being on the Oprah show. So seriously, I'm not kidding.
I hope not to disappoint. Let's see. And just to say hey, right before Jami shares a little bit of her story, I'm going to bring to the stage a woman who I have known since the beginning of her Mary Kay business. July 2021 will be her 25th anniversary in Mary Kay, and 10 years as my first line personal recruit, sales director, star consultant. So there's rooms in my house that Helen paid for. Get excited. Star consultant, 66 quarters, has earned 2 career cars, director must go give 3 times, director quarter sales, and on target to complete again this year, rookie sales director in our national area in 2012. Helen has a BS degree in accounting and is a mother of her handsome son, Brandon, who is 15 years young. I cannot believe it. Forgot to add that she is, I literally read that, she is a California Bay Area woman who was recruited in California Bay Area. She's not from here, though. She went back home to NYC. So say hello, Helen. Say hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
This is exciting. This is exciting. Is it warm everywhere? Vancouver, warm? It's not warm there. It's raining.
It's raining.
Washington. Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was warm everywhere, and then we brought up Washington. Okay.
It's bipolar. Yesterday it was warm. Today it was raining.
Got it. Ask you tomorrow. And Helen, how is NYC? Was good?
It's beautiful here. We don't have the humidity yet. We have a California summer going on right now.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. This is good. So we are going to hear from both of you. You're going to share just a little bit about your story, and then we just pop back in here and we wrap. We're going to answer some questions that guests might have, some natural things that would come up when you made a decision. So Jami, I'm going to pass it to you and ask you just share a little bit about your success story with Mary Kay. Take it away, girl.
All righty. So yeah, I started Mary Kay 18 years ago. My business can vote. And I started because I love a good deal. I did not like women and I did not really wear makeup. Extensive corporate background. I've worked at Fortune 500 companies, Microsoft, Intuit, Stanford, Yahoo, Sony, PlayStation. You might have heard a couple of those. And I didn't like women because women in corporate, at least at that time, were kind of mean and nasty. And I know that because, well, I was one of them. It was basically the environment didn't really allow it didn't allow for girlfriends. Let's just put it out there. So, and I also joined Mary Kay because of the tax advantages. The year I signed up, my husband and I just bought our first home, and we got smacked with we had to pay some serious taxes that year. And our accountant said, you know what, you might just want to start a small business. And I went, okay. So this presented itself, and there you go. And I literally had no intention of doing anything but getting my products at 50% off, maybe selling it to my mom, my sister, a couple of friends, and the tax write-off. And that's all I wanted. So I'm sitting at my desk at Microsoft, and I had the light off in my office, closed door. And I was just trying to get work done. I didn't want anyone to talk to me. And my phone rang. I don't know why. I guess God was there saying, pick up the phone, Biggs. So I picked up the phone, and it was this really happy woman who said she was my sales director in Mary Kay. And I'm like, whatever that is. So her name was Chris, and she was super, super happy. And I'm like, what's in her lipstick? So I was trying to be nice, and I said, okay, yeah, just listening to her talk. And she goes, you know what, you want to just go ahead and go to a couple of meetings to see what you got yourself into. And I stopped being nice, and I'm like, look, lady, I work at Microsoft, and we have planning meetings to plan the planning meetings, so I'm not going to go to another one of your meetings. And then she said the words that kind of changed my life. You go to 4 meetings this month, and I'll get you a free purse. And I went, I could be bought. So I went to these meetings, and the women, they were fun. They were genuine, and it kind of creeped me out. So I actually, for the first time really in my life, I had real, honest, wonderful, loving girlfriends. And so I played Mary Kay for 10 years, earned a little extra cash, started to build a little team, and just played Mary Kay for, like I said, 10 years, prizes, jewelry, and all that fun stuff. 10 years into it, I had a life event happen. My mom passed away. And this month is the 10-year mark of her passing away, going home to the Lord. And when that happened, I was actually 6 weeks after that happened, I was fired from my great corporate job. I wasn't at Microsoft at the time. I was at another job. I was fired from my great corporate job because of poor job performance 6 weeks after my mom passed away. And at that point in time, I had been in Mary Kay long enough to have girlfriends come into Mary Kay since I've been in. And they're earning cars, trips, diamonds, great income, and they're doing it in a way that I could admire and respect by putting Mary Kay's philosophies into place, which is faith, family, career, golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. That was not a part of the corporate gig that I had, right? So I threw my heart over the line. Sometime later, I became a sales director, and now I get to share this with other women, and it's so amazing to see them come in with just a little bit, they just want to do a little bit, like you said, chump change. I hate chump change, savvy shopper, or they want it all. So, and everything in between. So I absolutely love that. And I pivoted during this COVID thing. One of my mentors, this is another gift from Mary Kay. I've got mentors everywhere. Another mentor of mine, B. Mill Slagle, who's another national sales director. She's in California. When COVID hit, I remember her saying, Jami, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to get done. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to jump into this virtual world. I don't know if it's right or not. So I literally would prop up my phone on books. I mean, the camera angle was horrible, but I just jumped into it and I did it. So there you go. The rest is history. And here we are today. So that's me. I think I got everything.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Your story, Jami, hearing you talk. I mean, when you said what you said about Microsoft, I'm thinking, okay, Bill Gates, loser. You lost a good one. You lost a good one. Are you kidding me? And yet, I know that's unfortunately not a story that's just unique. I told you I was going to freeze. At least I froze praying. I told you that can you still hear me though? Yes, you can hear me even though I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's making great music and colorful on my end. So but how amazing that is. So since I'm freezing, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you, Helen. You take it away because you are not frozen. You are very effervescent and bright. So take it away, Helen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Helen Wilkins, and I am a sales director, and I live in Queens, New York. And how did I start my business? Well, it was almost 25 years ago, and I was looking for skincare. I was in the Bay Area. I had left New York, graduated, and moved to California. I have a BS in accounting, and when I got to California, I started working full-time job, and was going through a life change, you could say, going through a divorce, and I needed some extra income. But the reason I was looking for Mary Kay, it wasn't for extra income. I was looking for Mary Kay because I had what they call adult acne. I was like, what is this? I'm not a teenager anymore, although you wouldn't know. But I had adult acne, and I was like, I have to get rid of this. So I had always seen Mary Kay in New York. I'd always seen pink Cadillacs, and I said, well, let me try this thing, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And finally, I knew a lady who had a consultant, and I asked her for her. I said, can you give me this person's number? Because I didn't even know what a consultant was. I was like, can you give me her number? And that day I called Caterina, and we set up our appointment, and we got together, and I sat in her apartment, and I signed up to, believe me, I only wanted skincare. And next thing you know, I'm signing up to sell Mary Kay. The only thing I knew how to sell prior to that was Girl Scout cookies. That's it, Girl Scout cookies. I was busy. I had a full-time job. I had an hour and a half commute one way. And people are having problems hearing me. That's not good. Can you hear me now? Okay. And so I had an hour and a half commute one way. And also was on the church choir, had a Girl Scout troop, with no kids. Anyway, to make a long story short, the reason why I started Mary Kay was for the tax write-offs. And I just didn't want to work in accounting for the rest of my life. I said, I'm not doing 40 years of this, asking for permission to go on vacation, asking for permission to do this, to do that. And they're telling me no. Meanwhile, the PTO on my pay stub said, you've got this many hours. So what I
Hold on
did
1 second, Helen. Hold on 1 second. I think it's my internet. Your story is so sweet, and I think it is my internet. Can y'all hear me? We're trying to get this together.
Yes.
Can you hear me? No, I'm not frozen. I can't tell you what's happening behind the scenes here. And Helen, go ahead and talk because I want them to hear you good. Testing 1, 2.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It's like I laid hands. You know what I did? I laid hands on the computer. Okay. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay. I think they can hear you. They can hear you. So you almost.
Dorothy says yes. Okay.
Okay, good. So
Thank you.
Let me just say this, y'all. Let me just say this. If my internet goes down, Dorothy will run the show and y'all just close it up. We only got about another 10 minutes because I may have to leave. It might be my internet. So Helen, kind of start a little bit, rewind back because it was so bad. Like it's almost they didn't hear anything you said over the last 3 or 4 minutes. Okay. So
I got started with Mary Kay. How did I get started? Basically, I was looking for skincare, and I knew a lady I met a lady, and she said she had a Mary Kay consultant. Because I had seen Mary Kay all over in New York. I moved to California, and I didn't see any pink Cadillacs anywhere, at least where I was driving. So she said, oh, I have a consultant. I said, great. Can you give me her name and number? And I called Caterina. We set up an appointment. I went to her apartment and sat there, tried the product, said, okay, no problem, I'll purchase it. Next thing you know, I am signing up also. It's Garbly again. Next thing you know, I'm signing up also to sell Mary Kay. Now, I had a job, hour and a half commute one way. I was on the church choir, and also I had a Girl Scout troop. Didn't have any children, but you see, I had time. So I decided, let me give this thing a try. I said I would give it 1 year, 1 full year. And if it didn't work, I was just going to go and get my MBA. Well, 25 years I am here, and I've decided to make it my life career. Another reason why I came in was for the tax advantages, because the IRS at that time said I owed them money, and I was like, how could I owe you guys money? But okay, fine. And I needed a tax write-off. And I remember from my taxation class at Brooklyn College, the tax professor, he said the best way for you to keep your tax money legally is to have a home-based business. Now, this was back in 1990 something. I don't even know what year, but, and I said, okay. And I never forgot that. So it was the tax write-offs. Also, this business allowed me to be home with my son. It allowed me to see him take his first steps. Had I had a 9 to 5 at that time, I would have missed them, because he took his first steps at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I would have missed it, and I would have had to hear everybody tell me, oh, he walked. No, I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to see that. So I was able to see that. But I'm sharing that with you, not to brag, but to let you know some of the little things that mean so much. So the milestones that you are able to experience because you're able to work from home. When the pandemic started, I had to work with him on his schoolwork. It was a new life for us, trying to figure out how to do this thing virtually. And he wasn't interested in school. He was like, I'm home. Why do I have to log on to school? Why do I have to study? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So that was another hurdle. But I can tell you the growth that I've experienced in this business. I can say I've never been really shy. I've never been afraid to speak in front of people. But I promise you, doing this on this computer thing just freaked me out. And so I had to overcome that hurdle, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to make any money. And so I did. And I didn't do it by myself, but I did it with other people, because they taught us how. We had so many Zoom calls on how to do a Zoom call. It was amazing. Wouldn't you agree, Jami?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's my story. I'm here 1 year, 25 years later. I'm here. I'm getting ready to earn my second, my second diamond ring. Actually, my third diamond ring, and lots more.
That is so cool. So cool. Well, thank y'all for hanging with us through the crazy, but thank you, Dorothy, for figuring out that if we added Jami in, we needed your energy in the chat. That's the only way we can hear Helen, is by adding Jami. Go figure. I love technology until I hate technology. So I want to ask you, Jami, a couple questions. So just bear with us, y'all. We're probably going to take about another 5.5 minutes or so. How has your Mary Kay career enhanced your corporate career? That's such a really great question, because so many people come into Mary Kay business and they end up getting promoted in their job.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally. The funny thing was, it helped with negotiation skills, of all things. Being nice, actually, it helps. We learn techniques like, we're programmed to say no. So I would say things like, hey, is there any reason why we couldn't get this done today around this time? And then people go, oh, no, there's no reason why we couldn't do that. And then literally I had one gal when I was at Sony look at me like this and go, you're nice, like, ew. And I'm like, dude, really? So seriously, just being nice. And
that was not normal.
No, apparently not. So that's one of the many ways that it's really helped.
That is so amazing. And it just sets you apart, totally sets you apart. And that it causes you to stand out. People skills are so huge. And anyone who hasn't read Mary Kay's book on people management, it's reason that's required reading through Harvard. Getting your MBA at Harvard is because so much of in this business is taught. And then what we love to say also is then the kids catch it too. It's not just what's taught, it's what's caught. So Helen, for you, working this business as being single, and then as a single mom, and then as a caregiver for your mom, can you talk about how this business supported you through those different stages of life?
Well, I can honestly, so working as single was fun, single free. Could go everywhere, do anything I wanted. And then single with a child was a little bit different, because when you're working to make phone calls to book appointments and baby just cries and you say shh, and they just keep crying or laughing or whatever. It just doesn't work. And back then, now you could probably get away with it because of the different, well, just the changes that we've been through in this last year. But back then you couldn't do that. So I had to call up a girlfriend and say, how do I work with children? And she told me, she said, before you walk into that house, take 15 minutes in your car and make phone calls. It doesn't matter if people answer or not. Just make the phone calls and leave messages. And we weren't really texting back then, but we still had cell phones and we were calling. And so I learned how to do that. And it was because it was a Mary Kay girlfriend who told me that. And then working, just being able to work from home and help to take care of my mother before she made her transition was awesome. Tough, but it was definitely awesome. And I didn't have to ask permission. I didn't have to ask for time off to do this. I didn't have to, I made my own hours, and that was the biggest blessing. So, yeah, I love it. And now we're in our next phase because he's a teenager and he's got lots and lots of extracurricular activities, and I'm chauffeur and designated driver for him, and sometimes also my father.
We all share that in the loss of a parent, and how this business blessed us and gave you the, it just was a blessing for me through the transition of my dad. And Jami, you talked about it, and Helen, you talked as well. And so Jami, talk about the watching, the companies that would seem to be the ones to work for. Everyone wants to brag that works for a Fortune 500 company. Like, that is the place to work. At least it used to be, because now when you interview, not many millennials say that that's their goal anymore, right? It's a different little situation. But how has the Mary Kay business differed from the traditional, those top companies that are well respected, we've all invested in? How has this career differed? And the company, the corporate side?
I actually have a really interesting little short story. I have a friend that you worked with at Sony who used to work at Apple. And when he was there during Steve Jobs, and then after he passed away. And he's like, I was telling him about my Mary Kay business, and he's like, wait a minute. They still have Mary Kay's picture. They still have her philosophies. I'm like, well, yeah. Well, how long ago has she passed away? I'm like, she went home to the Lord
2001.
Yeah, the way before I joined. So, and I told him pretty much that, and he was like, wow. After Steve Jobs passed away, you didn't even know he was there. So the culture, the essence, what Mary Kay stood for is still very alive in Mary Kay, where it's not so much, and other companies that I could really, talk about. So that's the big one for me.
Wow. That's huge. And it's a great transition. We're going to take 2 more minutes. Helen, talk about how the business relationships, you have built so many great relationships that have become like family. And so can you talk about the difference that those relationships have made in your life?
Wow. I have friends all across this country because of Mary Kay. I can say at my first unit meeting, I met Ngozi Ojukwu and Angela Davenport Lamel. And 25 years later, we are friends, and we communicate multiple times a week. I can't even count, but multiple times. I left California and moved to New York, and I've made oh my gosh, the friends I can't count. We look out for each other. We push each other. That's the one thing I noticed that's different than other companies. When I worked in corporate America, it was they gave you enough information to know to do the job, but not this company. People share. We just share because we know it worked for us. It may work for you. It may not work for you, but I'm going to share it with you because now you have another idea. And so I've met women in New York. And I tell you, every time we go to a Mary Kay function, I'm just stopping all over the place and talking to people. All my friends leave me because they're like, oh my gosh, Helen, you know too many people. But it's so much fun. It's the relationships. And It's a great sisterhood. And yes, they say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. And I tell you, there's so many friends in this company, and I'm sure there are more people that I haven't met yet, and I can't wait to meet them.
Yeah, this is so real. And just because we have so many beauty consultants that are watching, wouldn't you guys say that those friends become even richer when you're a sales director, right?
Oh, yeah.
The sales director position is a, has another level of responsibility, another level of commitment is the word I'm looking for. And so those are the relationships, those are the people that stay around for so long. And so, I still am connected to people that if I hadn't stayed connected to friends when I first became a sales director, I wouldn't have met my husband. So it was a 21-year relationship that when she introduced me. So the last question, Jami, I'm just going to ask you because we're way over time. What is the best thing that came out of your starter kit?
Real quick answer, my Mary Kay family.
Mm-hmm.
I worth more than any diamond ring, any car. Just love my sisters.
Mm-hmm. That is so awesome. We are in the final 4 and 5 weeks of our seminar year. And so what goals are you shutting down, Helen?
I am shutting down Court of Sales, and yes, I'm shutting down Court of Sales, and I'm shutting down 2 gold medals.
Awesome. And Jami, what are you shutting down?
My second car.
Awesome. That is so amazing. And we're on our way to our Diamond Circle year. This is huge for those of you in our area. Pay attention to our Facebook group, our area Facebook group, because tomorrow at noon, we're going to be talking about how to make a man can for Father's Day. Super simple money you can make, cash you can make for Father's Day. And we're continuing with our Fab Fives until Saturday. So really cool, and teaching folks how to do those lip teeny parties. There's all kinds of great things happening. For everyone else who's watching, Saturday at 10:30 right here, I'll be live. When I say right here, because I'm in a few different places, on my fan page. Publicly, everyone can watch and check that out, and it will be really exciting. And of course, for every single guest who's joined us, it's $30 to get started with Mary Kay, and every one of us has a big goal we're pushing for between now and May 31st. There's never been a better time for you to say yes to Mary Kay than right now. We hope that you will join us. So have a great day, and thanks, Dorothy, for helping in the background, and thanks everybody. They were nervous, and I'm the one who screwed up the broadcast. I'm really excited. Okay, so you too can be a national, and they ain't gonna dock my check. Get excited. So bye, y'all.